Hello everyone, this is Reggie Patterson and welcome to this week's Tuesday tip. This week I want to talk about using PLR to create exponential growth engines. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the second part of the system is exponential growth engines. And you and I know these as upsells, cross-sells, funnels. Basically, someone comes to our page or somebody comes to our offer and they can get more than the initial buy. They can get more than the initial product. And so that's going to be the case that we generate more profits when we do these things, whether we're offering physical products or digital products. I mean, your best customers are going to be those that purchase from you a second and a third time. So again, what are we trying to do, with our PLR when we start talking about, do we have systems that allow people to buy from us a second or third time as a customer that's already in our system? Whatever we're doing, whether or not it's shopping cart based, whether or not it's just having it so that people can see it, we've got to develop systems for our business so that when someone makes one purchase, they can purchase more, and we've always got to be thinking that. When we create products, we should be thinking that, the customer's purchase, their experience with us should never be over. Their purchase is never really complete. You and I have to be able to make sure that everything that we think the customer is going to need, that we're going to be offering them. So when you start thinking about this, what are their needs? You've got to be thinking, what should they have bought from me before they met me? What should they have had? Can we create the things that make them better, whatever our niche is, if they had them before they met us? We should be thinking about what do they need while they're buying from us now. We've got to make those things available. We should be thinking about what are they going to need after they buy our product. We should make those things available. And we've got to be thinking, well, what if they're successful with our product? We should be making things available to that group. What if they're not successful with our product? We should make things available to that group. So again, it might sound like, well, this is a lot of production. It's a lot of products. Well, this is what you use PLR for. You start thinking about, okay, I'm going to bring PLR into a system where people are going to need more than one thing from me, and I'm going to make sure they've got everything that they need. Whether or not it's in a funnel, whether or not it's all in my member area, whatever it is, I'm going to make sure I've got everything that they need. So it's not just going to be they bought one course from me or they bought one product from me. There's going to be so much more that we can offer them, if we think in this way and we have it ready. Most of us, we don't think in these terms, and sometimes it takes a long time to build a product line, but we've got to be thinking product line. Because if we can get one buyer and they make 5 purchases, that's going to be much better than trying to go out and get 5 separate customers. Because basically, not only did you get one customer and then you've been able to sell to them over and over and over again, you've gotten good at it. Basically, you can do that with all of your customers now, and that's how your growth becomes exponential. So in other words, you get a buyer one time, but they're going to buy from you over time, and they're also going to buy from you more than one time. So exponential growth engines are important, and you need to use PLR in order to support you in that way. Shopping carts make this easy to do. And whether or not you have something like ThriveCart or SamCart, you can typically do this with today's shopping carts. You can also add on relevant offers. And again, I'm not talking about a specific shopping cart right here. You can make offers available right at the checkout. So you know what? They made the purchase, and what you're doing is you're making something else available. Sometimes you can do it through a one-click upsell, but you need to have relevant offers available to people at checkout. You need to have relevant offers available for your buyer to see after checkout. You need to have relevant offers for your buyer to see right before checkout. Now again, not all shopping carts do this, but making these things available will increase your profitability. And if you start thinking about the fact that you're going to do this with every single customer that you have, your growth is exponential. Now you should be using PLR as the basis to create all these additional offers. So you may not have all of these offers available, but that is what you use PLR to do. You use PLR to make sure that you have offers available at checkout, that you have offers available after checkout, that you have offers available right after checkout and they're relevant to what you're already selling. And then a customer comes through, they come through your checkout, they've already bought one thing, but you've got more available to them because they've got more capacity and they want to do more to improve themselves. Now let's say that what you're selling, let's say you've taken a PLR or a printable and you've created a t-shirt or you've created a mug. Well, can you sell them an online course? Probably. If you have a t-shirt customer, can you sell them a mug also? And these are very logical things to do. It just takes time to do them and to make sure that they're available to people when we're attempting to make the sale. You and I should be using PLR to grow out a product line. So what do we mean by that? Let's say that you have customers interested in dieting. Can you sell them menu planning? And sometimes you're going to need PLR in order to create that menu planning product. Again, this is just an example. Let's say that you have sold someone instructions on Facebook. Maybe they also then need something on the subject of LinkedIn. You will then need to make sure that you have a product available. If you don't have time to create it, this is what you use PLR to do. Now, your customer is always going to have more capacity to buy than you have availability. And so the more availability that you have to work with, you're going to give your customer the opportunity to spend their excess capacity with you. If you don't do that, they'll probably use that excess capacity purchasing some other things that they want, but they're just going to do it with someone else. If you will make these things available, what you're doing is you're saying that if you have excess capacity, then we want you to spend that excess capacity with us. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is to have those products available. And if you can't make them all, you can't produce them all, you can't manufacture them all, you've got to make sure that you get the right PLR so that they're all available and convenient for the customer in order to buy. That's how you have exponential growth. One customer could mean multiple purchases. One customer means multiple purchases at the point of sale. One customer could mean multiple purchases after the point of sale. That's how you grow exponentially. And so every customer then that you get really matters more than just going out and getting lots of new customers, right? Because you're putting these customers into a system. Now, when you start thinking about this, you have got to be thinking value-based. You can't just add products for the sake of adding products to get people to buy. So in other words, yes, you can put additional products at the checkout, but you've got to be thinking, how can I add value to this customer? How can I really improve their experience? How can I really get them to be successful with what I've already sold them? How can I do that? And so, yes, all of these things will work. If you use these powers for good, they will work. If you use these powers for evil, they may work, but they're not going to work long term, and you're not going to be benefiting your customer. So you've got to have a value-based approach. How can I benefit the lives of the people that are buying from us? By giving them something else that we have available. How can we sell something to people that will improve their lives? How can I add more value to a person's life? Okay, remember, you can get access to our newsletter at IamProfitsCoach.com. And if you are interested in learning more about how you can use PLR to grow your traffic and profits, my team has put together a special training course that shows you exactly how to do that. You can check it out by going to IMPC.ws/PPL if you're interested in that. Also, be sure to take a look at our Digital Retirement Rebels Insiders Club at IMPC.ws/14day. Okay, so with that, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Take care.